Hi folks, this is Rick from Rick's Review, and I wanted to show you one of the wireless chargers that I put in my truck the other day. I built this one. I've built several other ones, but I kind of like this one the most. I've kind of progressed towards this one. I think I'll probably change this design a little bit more, but this is probably the most custom designed one that I've built so far, and I want to show you what I did. Now if you look here, what I did was I took basic plywood and I actually cut out a size that will fit perfectly into that little cubby there. And when I built that plywood, I kind of tried to sink in the actual wireless charger into that plywood. I wanted to get plywood about the same thickness of that wireless charger, because the only thing I want between the charger and the case of the phone is the thin felt pad. I wanted to minimize the distance that it's going to have to travel in order to charge it. Meaning if I have a really thick case, because I do have a few thick cases for my phone that I swap out from time to time, I want it to be able to charge straight through that case. So I chose a piece of plywood which was almost the exact same thickness of the charging pad. That way the only thickness that keeps the pad away from the case is the actual felt. And if you notice in this picture, what I did was I actually cut the pad to fit perfectly in there with my jigsaw. I kind of traced it with a pin and then I cut it to fit perfectly in there. Now that I've got that set up, what I'm going to need to do is raise it up, put like little feet on it, in order for the cable to hook up to the bottom of the actual wireless charging unit that I set up. Well, what I did was I bought felt pads, again because I didn't want to scratch up the original part of the truck, other than making a small hole for the line to come through. I didn't want to scratch it up, so I bought felt pads and I stacked 3 felt pads on each corner in order to raise it up about a half an inch. That way I can hook up a cable. Now I bought a 90-degree cable in order to hook this up, because a straight cable would be cumbersome. It would be in the way unless I drilled the hole directly in the middle, straight below that part where it hooks up. Now I've already drilled a hole to the side, so that kind of wasn't an option. I didn't want to make multiple holes. So what I did was I actually bought that 90-degree cable. It came in from Amazon, and I will put a link down in the comment section. So I hooked that up. Right now it's running power from the truck. I have that on a fuse, so when I turn the engine on, or when I turn on the ignition, it actually starts to power up. And I covered the entire thing with felt. But in order to keep the phone from moving from side to side, what I did was I got trim, little 1/4-inch trim, and I glued the 1/4-inch trim with obviously wood glue to this to hold it in place. As you see here, what I had to do is I had to trim down the actual wood just a little bit. So I used my jigsaw. After everything had nice and set and dried, I kind of trimmed it down a little bit. So once I got everything exactly the way I wanted it, I went ahead and covered it with felt, which is how you see it here. And then I went ahead and put it in my pickup truck. So as you can see here, I'm actually placing my phone in the charger, and it's going to go ahead and start charging because the engine is running. It has a nice soft felt lining to everything because I put felt on it, so it's not going to scratch my case or a bare phone if you had a bare phone in there. And just simply pull the phone off and you're good to go. Just pop it back in place and it starts charging. You can't see the little charging light on the top of the phone because it's down underneath the dash. And you usually don't hear the pop because I'm not on Bluetooth, or at least I'm not on the Bluetooth audio part of my stereo. But you can see the phone actually pop on whenever I put it in place, so you know it's charging. Either way, you're good to go, and I kind of like this design. This is kind of the way I got this set up. This is just a tip that I wanted to give to you guys to let you guys know that it's not that hard. And if I want to at another time trade out phones, maybe it's a bigger phone, maybe it's a much smaller phone, I can always build another one, because hey, that's the fun in it. Building it is the fun in it. But I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what it is to be able to build this. It's not that hard. So if you have any questions, please put it down in the comment section. I'd appreciate to hear from you. Like I said, I have a charger inside of the actual armrest right now, as well as this charger. They're both wireless, but unfortunately I'm the only one in my family who has a wireless charge ability phone, so it really doesn't matter. But for people who hop in my truck who have a phone that can charge wirelessly, they can also use that, or they can use the one in my armrest. But remember, if I can save you a few bucks, I will save you a few bucks.